All right, it is Wednesday, March 2nd, and we are going to be doing Fight Gone Bad, but rather than for a time, we are going to be doing it on more of a task priority. So what does that mean? That means we're going to do 5 rounds, almost put up 10. That means we're going to do 5 rounds for time, but you're actually going to be doing 20 of all of the movements. So sometimes, you know, people strategize or try to game Fight Gone Bad. I dislike wall balls, to be completely honest. They're just not my favorite thing. So I do less wall balls so that I can move on to the next movement, sumo deadlift high pull, and knock more reps out there. So I typically rest about 10 seconds before it's time to switch on that minute. So if you're like that, today that goes out the window. You just get to do a bunch of reps. So it's going to be 5 rounds for time, 20 wall balls, 20 sumo deadlift high pulls, 20 box jumps, 20 push press, and a 20 calorie row. You are going to rest 1 minute in between those 5 rounds, which at that point you're just walking back to the wall ball. You know what I mean? So go ahead and get a box. You should already actually have a box, a ball, and your barbell. Those are the things we're going to need for today. All right?
And a rower.
Oh yeah, and your rower. So first thing we're going to do, you're going to grab that med ball, however you run with it, whether it's on your shoulder, whether you're one of these people. Take off on a 400-meter run. Go ahead and pause now, and I will see you when you get back. And we're back. So with that med ball, you are now going to get some lunges. All right? So while I'm talking, go ahead and keep breathing for just a couple more seconds. With your lunges, you are going to bear hug them. Clasp your fingers. This
Gable.
grappling, is that what it's
Gable.
called? What is it?
Gable.
Gable. Gable. So thumbs touching your fingers. It's the tightest so you can hold it. All right, we're going to get some lunges. So bear hug lunges. I kick back. You can go forward if you want. You're going to get 20 total. So 10 per side. Keeping that chest up. Making sure that knee is not tracking out over that toe. Driving through. Engaging those glutes. It's 5, I think. 7, 8, 9, 10 on each side for a total of 20. Shake those legs out, especially if you're sore from the previous WODs this week. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some med ball slams, okay? Feet nice and wide, hands go all the way up every single time, slamming that ball down, right back up. 4, 10, getting 20 total. All right, catch your breath there. Last thing we're going to do with the med ball right now is we're going to get 20 med ball cleans, okay? When you do those med ball cleans, you're not rotating that ball, but rather you're dropping under it just as you would with a barbell, all right? So 20 here. Opening those hips, shrugging those shoulders, mimicking that barbell. Notice my ball is not rotating. It's staying right in the same position the entire time. 14. If you need to take a break here, they don't have to be unbroken. It's a warm-up. 15, 16, 17, 18, and one more. All right, let's get rid of that ball. For right now, grab some water if you need to. We're now going to be going on to the rower. So set your rower up, make sure it's set for calories. You're going to be rowing for 60 seconds, and you're gonna just note how many calories you get in that 60 seconds, all right? Whew. Those will get you. Okay, so pause me, go ahead and hop on there, note how many calories you get in those 60 seconds, maybe even note how many pulls you're getting in those 60 seconds. Pause here. All right, welcome back. I bet you breathe, I bet you took some breaths and grabbed some water before you came back over. I don't blame you. All right, so getting over to your box, all right? We're gonna be doing 10 box step-ups. Whenever you do a step-up, you never want your knee to be way up here. It's just pointless, right? Like, it's not working the right muscles, you're having to bounce and all of that jazz. So, I'm on a smaller box. I could go on a 20, but it's a little too high for me. So, 10 step-ups. We're going to step, driving through that heel on the box, and then you're gonna step down with that foot so that you can switch, okay? Chest stays up the entire time. 10 total. 5 per side. One more on each side. And relax. Let's go ahead and grab onto our barbell. We've done a lot of sumo deadlift high pulls lately, so you should be kind of familiar with all of our points of performance that we talk about. But we're getting nice and wide stance, thumbs about, nope, hands about thumbs width distance apart. I never suggest lifting in a ring. I have it on right now, but I never suggest lifting in it by a qualo or something, right? Okay, make sure you're even on that bar. Going down, coming all the way up, popping those hips, pulling those shoulders, okay? Pulling with those shoulders. You never want to get out here and try to pull because you're going to pull forward. Your delts aren't going to feel great. Your biceps aren't going to feel great. So make sure you're keeping it close and using those hips. Go ahead and give me 20 reps there. Down. Driving those knees out on the way down and on the way up. 20 there. Basically because Brian's sadistic. 20 seems just rude. All right, after that, go ahead and clean that bar up to that front rack, making sure our hands are never in between our bar and our body. You're going to tuck those ribs in, staying super tight, move your head out of the way, pressing straight up, moving the head out of the way, coming straight back down, elbows staying out in front of you. Let's get 10 of those. Don't forget to breathe. Stay tight that entire time. Make sure you're not looking up. A lot of people think move their head out of the way means look up. It doesn't. It means pull your head back and forward. 2 more. There you go. All right. Set it down just for a second. Shake those hands out. This is a workout. I have not the strongest wrist. They're very small. So I always suggest in something like this, when you're going for higher reps, of overhead, maybe getting some wrist wraps to tighten on to just give you a little bit more stability. All right, we're gonna pick that bar back up and we're gonna get 10 push press in. So clean that bar back up to that front rack, that dip drive, never letting our chest and elbows drop, but rather staying upright. So dipping down, just about a quarter squat, pressing up, returning, boom. 3, never overextending at the top. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And set that down. All right, so now we're gonna go through a little mock fight gone bad. So we're gonna do fewer reps. We're gonna do this 2 times through, all right? We're gonna do some wall balls, sumo deadlift, high pulls, box jumps, push press, and a row. Ideally, if you have the space, you're setting that up so that you can just move right along. My OCD kind of gets me there, but if you don't have the space, that's fine. Just make sure you're not gonna trip over anything, okay? So, our wall balls, we start out with that clean. So we're gonna clean it up, drop to the bottom of that squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right into 10 sumo deadlift high pulls. If you added weight by now, it's probably a good idea. They will be 75 pounds, so maybe over these next 2 sets you are building up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big hips. 6, 7, 8. Push those hips forward. 9, 10. Set that down. If you're doing step-ups today, do step-ups. If you're doing box jumps, go ahead and knock out 10 box jumps. Landing lightly. 1. Step down. 2. If you're doing step-ups, make sure you're evening out your steps. Okay? After that, we're going right into our push press. 10 push press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're hopping on your rower for 30 seconds. 30 seconds on your rower. Go ahead. You're gonna do this all one more time on your own, and then you're gonna figure out your weight and your height for everything and get it going. Don't forget, 20 of each. It's gonna get fun.